Alright guys, we got the twist chassis power wagon back on the bench. I got my 380 25 turn motors over there. I'm waiting on the pinions, but I'm still going to go ahead and take this apart. So you have a screw on top and bottom of your C-hub, and you have to take these pins out of the axle shafts that sit in the hub, which I'll grab this little pin right here. So this little pin right here, it's like notched. So I guess it goes in a certain way. Oh, I wonder if there's supposed to be a screw right there, like a set screw. Oh, that stupid phone doesn't want to focus, but anyway, I think there's supposed to be a set screw right there. Yeah, there is a 1.5 set screw. So you can't take it off like that, like I just did. And I got that pin out. I took it off as one whole unit like that right there. But you're supposed to, I guess, take off the hub off the knuckle and all that so you can do the set screw to get that off. But oh well. But we're taking this off so we can see how it looks in here. And that way I can put the motors in here too. So once I get this apart, I'll show you guys. Because you should be able to just slide these out now. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Can't do it with one hand, but I'm going to take this apart and we'll go from there. Alright, upon taking the screws out, you don't have to set them in a certain order. They're all the same size. So now we're ready to pop this off. There we go. Wow, it looks like they greased them pretty good. So we probably could put a 10 scale motor in this now that I'm looking at it, and just have them 3D print these two halves of the casing and go bigger with the bigger plate in here that's adjustable, and make it a 10 scale like motor size we can put in here. Other than these are plastic gears, but I do run this on 3S. Watch, let me take this motor out real quick if I can one-handed here without throwing the gears everywhere. Okay, there we go. So I'll try and spin one axle. Yeah, and the gears aren't all chewed up or nothing. And I run, like I said, I run 3S on this rig. And the gears aren't chewed up, so that's good. That's really good. Nice and smooth. That's why you can't slide out this axle or this one here. Wow, and they actually use sealed bearings on this guy here. That's amazing. Huh. That's really good. So I might have to wait for a pinion because this looks like just a press on. It's not screwed on there. So I'll probably have to wait for the pinion gears. Here's the little motor. I guess guide plate you would call it. The motor, like a motor mount guide plate, because see it slides right in that slot right there. And then your pinion just goes right to that gear. So these, let me turn it, is a 380, 460, 20, 22. So this might be when it was made last year, because I bought it last year in November maybe or something. So, I don't know, man. I kind of want to get a new housing printed front, like both sides, and have it where you could put a 10 scale motor in there. Okay. Watch, let me grab a 10 scale motor. This one, okay, we're gonna have two types, a 540 and a 550. two different brands, but both brush motor. So right here we got a Tekin 35 turn heavy duty. Damn, that almost, no, that doesn't. I'm sure if I cut that away and stuff and had a motor plate to make it work, it could fit, but that's just all like rigged up. But we could, like I said, get these housings printed. He could probably print me new housings to where it fits this motor, a 10 scale motor. And then here's a, oh crap, it's grabbing all my tools. See that? Dang it, man. There we go. So here's your Trailmaster Sport 550/27 turn. Look at that big boy. Whew. Huge. It put a lot of weight though at the axle versus these 380 motors. But I just wanted to show that and show how those are done. I might try and sorry guys, I'm trying to line stuff up. I might try and pry that pinion off and then like glue it on the shaft of those, but I do have pinions coming, so I probably should just be patient and wait. So but I just want to show you guys in depth of what the danchee ridgerock from Red Cat MOA axles look like inside, how to take them apart. That with me not doing it the right way, of course, but you get the general idea. So you'll have to take this knuckle off the hub, then undo this screw, grub screw here for that pin that slides into the hub here. Undo that, slide the pin out, and then you can take it off, then take the housing off. So yep, plastic gears, that's what it looks like on the inside. Once I get my pinions, I'll continue this video with the new motors and do a test run with these new motors, and I'll show you guys the motors, the part number right here. Or yeah, that's the part number, Taser 25 turn 380 brush motor. Just gotta wait for the pinions, and then I'll continue this video once I get those in. Alright guys, we got the correct gears in. Here's your part number that you need for the danchee ridgerock, or however you pronounce it. But anyway, comes as a 2-pack. Comes with your little grub screws. So here's the like I said, 25 turn dynamite motors, 380 motors, brushed. So these pinions are kind of, they don't just slip right on. It's going to be a tight fit onto the shaft. So you get a rubber mallet or something and smack these on there. And then don't do them too far. That way you can keep lining it up to get the correct mesh. Well, not mesh, but where this gear meets up with your spur gear per se on there. And I'll get these both done, and then I gotta take apart the front axle, and then I'll have this rear one put together with this new motor in it. Alright guys, see that little thin sliver of gear? That's the pinion gear. I had to trim that much off of it. Cause see, that's the one before being trimmed. I had to trim it so it'll fit into the housing and clear that piece of plastic right next to that shaft. Else it won't clear. You won't get the cases back together. So not only that, but to get these to slide on, I used Let me find this bit real quick. It's like a diamond bit. So I use this to like sand down the shaft of both motors to get this on there without smacking the crap out of it with a hammer or like whatever to smack it on there. Because then you can mess up your motor shoving the shaft down further through this other side, and like I didn't want to damage it. So I shaved down the shaft through the grub screw end. Now I gotta trim it off just that like you see here to clear that plastic right by that gear with the metal shaft. And then you can get the two cases on or axle housing together. Alright guys, we got the motor in there all set in there. So for the pinion grub screw there and your grub screw, oh hang on a second, grub screw here that you see this Allen wrench in, it's the size of an SCX 24 Allen wrench tool, just to let you guys know. So you'll back that out and then you slide in your pin after, take that off, right? Then you gotta slide these C-hubs on, and then you can put the pin, because see, you can't put the pin and it won't fit through that hole. And that's what I was talking about. I should have taken this off, the spindle or knuckle off the C-hub here, and then took that off before I just pulled it all off. Luckily I didn't bend or break any of those pins doing so. So I'll get this guy on here, so it's splined all the way around on this, but not on your axle. So I'm gonna have to do it with two hands though. I'll get you guys on when I get it on. Alright guys, so you'll want to spin it where your hole is vertical instead of horizontal, I guess you could say. And now we're ready to grab a pin and see how it's slotted instead of round all the way through. I swear this phone, man, the focus. So see that slot? So the slot faces this grub screw here. So when you slide it in there like that. And then you'll take a wrench and just barely snug it. Probably should put Loctite, blue Loctite only, so that way you can get it back off. So we'll just barely run it in. That way it'll adjust to the pin and it'll lock the pin in there. And then just be careful cranking it. Probably don't have to tighten it super tight. You don't want it loose, of course. And just get it in there like that. And just give her a good turn till it spins the motor and your axle shafts. And then that's how you take off both sides all the way around. As you'll take your wheel off, your spindle or whatever you want to call it off of here after you take the two upper and lower screws out, and then you take that grub screw out, slide your pin out, then take the screw on top and bottom right here off, and then you can slide it off and then open your case, your housing. But I'm not going to show the front. This is just showing you the rear, how it looks, how you put on the pinion gear. Make sure you put your wires through that slot right there of the housing so you don't pinch your wires. And then I'm going to solder these in or make longer leads, whatever I got to do, because I'm not going to run this really thin wire right here and plug. I'm not going to run that. I might run these leads if I have another pair to connect these two, because that's kind of short right there to cut and then solder it that close to the case. I don't know, we'll see what happens, But there's a little shop video of that. These are the 2 wheels I got for it, and the Pitbull XLRs. There they are, non-mounted on tires yet. So 2.2 aluminum bead locks for it. Got a little bit of weight. I thought about throwing wheel weights in there, the stick-ons, but I'll leave it. Kind of wanted a light rig and see what I can do. So a running video here soon will come up with these motors in it and stuff. Just a quick reminder, it's 4-wheel steer, of course. It's MOA danchee ridgerock axles with this pivot in the middle with the body mount that has a slit. Yeah, I'm talking to that guy that cried about what I said, how I said that. Kissed my ass. But with the pivot chassis or twist chassis, dual 1080s ESCs to make it run as like a dig, lock the rear, and overdrive the front or underdrive the rear, or vice versa, and all that fun stuff. So, running video here soon on this guy. Thanks, guys, for watching the shop video, and I'll have it all complete for you guys. And run video.